Moving slowly, I know the street hype. No more double, go ahead a detox. Yeah. Came from the trenches, they ain't showing us no love. Thugging in the city, all we wanted was a hug, yeah. We on the block like every night to catch a buzz. Get the cash and take my family out the hood, that's a must. Was a hood baby with no soldiers. Bad past never left my mind, it's taking over. No, I should've died, that's why it's hard to stay sober. Glad to see the sun, but my heart getting colder. Life's so crazy, what we been through. When you die, the only time that they gon' miss you. Tell my mama no more tears, no more tissue. Ooh, just some hood baby with some issues.
Good morning. Y'all already know who it is. Wendy Williams, DJ Exclusive is in the building. Happy Wednesday, everybody. Hump day. We got a great show coming up for y'all this morning, so make sure that you stay tuned. Like it or not, it's coming up next. Good morning, everybody.
Either they love me or I'm a target. Cause I told me you flawless. I've been busy and picking up when you callin'. And on purpose, I hate the fact we ain't talking. But anything that you need, dog, I got you, I mean that. All this pressure make it hard not to relapse. Build up aggression, make it hard for me to relax. To the hood, baby, ain't no way that I'ma lead that. My dogs need hope, step it up, I got.
Good morning to everybody in the chat room. Good morning, Mama. I love you, Nina. Good morning, Mama and Daddy. Thank y'all for the letter yesterday. I fixed my clouds. Thank you. Good morning. Dr. Tech, good morning to you. My microphone just want to turn down so bad. Turn down for what? Dr. Tech, good morning. RS, Cherry C, Roller Dragon, Promises Manifested, Chewy Craft, Melanie Dennis, good morning. Shout out to everybody in the chat rooms, man, wherever you're streaming from. Twitter, Twitch, YouTube, Facebook, the Book of Face. Y'all make sure y'all stay tuned, man. We got a good one coming up. You don't want to miss it.
Baby, from the struggle, long time had a hustle. Glad we made it through. I'm just glad we made it through. Baby, from the struggle.
Brother Tiger in the building, Snack Panther. Good morning, y'all. Craig on, good morning.
I could really. I could really use a change of scenery. Yeah. Everybody smoking all the greenery. Yeah. Close the match cause they were handed down to me. But I'm still fly.
I know y'all ain't heard this in a minute. Man, you know what? Let me cut my music down real quick. And let me pause my dog. I just want to say that since I've been on this show and been doing this damn thing and bringing y'all all this good ass music, like when I'm watching TV, I've been hearing all the music that I've been playing has been playing on all these damn commercials and TV shows, y'all. So I just wanted to put it out there that I broke the game because I'll be the first one that be playing all this music and everything. So I just want to put it out there that we broke the internet and we all these people who use the music that we be using on our show and using it on their shows now too. So I digress.
I'm still fly, let's go. It could all be worse, I could be a hater like
I'm watching something last night. I'm like, I play that. Wait a minute. Iris Jones, good morning to you.
Say it with your chest now, say it with your chest now. I'm free, can't nobody take me here and now. It's my time to run it out. It's my time to ride it. I'm young.
Little Flaw, good morning.
Can't nobody take me here and now. It's my
Win Singapore, good morning to you.
It's my time to ride it out.
I hate that my microphone keeps adjusting this damn volume. It's pretty annoying. Letter Hack, good morning. Oh, Letter Hack, please remind me so I can make sure I tune in. Letter Hack, next live stream will be the fully rendered version of the middle option of the superhero costumes, man. Oh, I definitely gotta see it.
Clothes to make the man, but that poison's gonna kill you from the inside out. It's time to say it with your chest now. Say it with your chest now. I'm young, I'm free.
Letterheck, I got you. Hey, speaking of which, what did the sushi say to the beat? What did the sushi say to the beat? Wasabi. Wasabi. Laser sword, come on, let's Dragon Daddy, what's going on to you?
It's my time to ride it now. It's your time. Oh, if you're on the bus, say yeah. Yeah. If you're on the train, say yeah. Yeah. If you gotta walk,
Brother
say
Tyler,
yeah.
good morning to you.
Everybody's going
Jason
somewhere.
Goodcraft, good morning.
Young or old, I really don't care. Life has never really been fair.
If y'all thought that one was terrible.
So put your fist up in the air. Say yeah. I'm young, I'm free. Can't nobody take here and now. It's my time to run it out. It's my time. It's my time to ride it. I'm young, I'm free. Can't nobody take.
Maureen Weber, good morning to you.
And now it's my time to run it out. It's my time. It's
We're gonna try to
my
get through
time
all the
to
hits this
ride
morning.
it out. It's your time. Oh.
The people of Dubai don't like the Flintstones, but the people of Abu Dhabi.
Tell him I need my money right now.
Laura Sparta, good morning.
My crown. Sorry to tell you, I know my value. I'm gonna recoup, yeah. But don't waste my energy, my energy. I don't got much, don't be wasting all my energy.
Abu
Keep it tight,
Dhabi.
don't let nobody get close to me. My heart is right, don't question my integrity. No, I thought we would be just fine, and I thought your heart was like mine. But let me find out, you've been going around throwing shots, running plots. Come on, man. Tryna block my
I was walking down the street where the houses were numbered 64K, 128K, 256K, 512K, and 1 megabyte. That was a trip down memory lane.
Tell him I need my money right now.
I'm going to hell for all these.
Sorry to tell you, I know my value. I'm gonna recoup it. Don't waste my loyalty.
Brother Latif, good morning
I
to
let
you.
you in back then because I couldn't see. But now it's clear you ain't ever been true to me. My intuition ain't never lied, I had to leave. Handle your business, do what you think you need to do to get your revenge. But you won't break me, God as my witness. Past the point of no return, I'm on a mission. Tryna block my blessings, but no need for comparisons. What's from me won't be from me. Yeah, I'ma go through just to grow through. But pay me what you owe me for, I make what you've been saying about me true. True. Tell him I need my money right now. Brought me the juice, they stole out my crown. Sorry to tell you, I know my value. I'm gonna recoup it. Don't waste my.
All right, y'all. Make sure y'all stay tuned. As soon as the Queen joins, we're going to get this thing started. So make sure that you stay tuned, man. And also, if you've not already, patreon.com/like-it-or-not, patreon.com/like-it-or-not, man. Y'all support, help us out some, because we love y'all in the meeting. Y'all definitely set our souls on fire. Y'all make sure y'all stay tuned, man.
Baby, you set my soul on fire every morning and every evening. And maybe we can't get any higher, but if you like to take a ride, we can discover what we're hiding. Making you move, it sure looks good. Playing it cool like you know you should. Put on a smile that's one of a kind, and I can't get you off my mind. Yeah. I'm running too high, I need to cool me down. Flying so high, I don't see the ground. Yeah. I'm running too high, I need to cool me down. I'm flying so high, I don't see the ground. Yeah. Baby, you set my soul on
Goddamn Smack Panther.
and every evening, and maybe we can't get any higher. But if you like to take a ride, we can discover what we're hiding. Taking your time and I sure don't mind. But every inch of my body's getting wild, wild, wild.
Oh, I can't stand that man at all.
The way that you move is like a love machine. Come be my king and I'll be your queen. I'm running so high, I need to cool me down. I'm flying so high, I don't see the ground. Yeah. I'm running so high, I need to cool me down. I'm flying so high, I don't see the ground. Baby, you set my soul on fire every morning and every evening. And maybe we can't get any higher, but if you like to take a ride,
I get lost in this bass line every time. I love this damn song.
baby, you set my soul on fire every morning and every evening.
All right, y'all. The queen is in the building, so y'all know what time it is. Let's not delay any further.
Like it or not, it's going down. Like it or not, y'all stick around. Oh, Rebecca's all is coming through. You know she got a good story for you. Oh, Benjamin, that's my dog. This is his show. He's a politics bro. I am your DJ. DJ exclusive. Y'all know who I am. I stay dropping them
Shout out Blue Bird on my shoulder. I appreciate you, man. No problem.
Like it or not, it's going down. Like it or not, y'all stick around. Oh, like it or not, it's starting now. Like it or not, it's about to go down.
Like It or Not with Benjamin Dixon starts now.
Hey, good morning, good morning, good morning.
There we go. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Like It or Not, where we're free to tell the truth.
And not Kara, who doesn't like it. Well,
Yeah,
no?
listen,
Okay.
it is January 29th, Wednesday. That means there is,
Pause. January 29th.
excuse me. Lord. It surely is about 6 months past that. 5 months past that, making it 6 months into this year for the 29 days in June. Again, all right, go ahead, start again. Oh,
Give me.
well, go ahead and start again, Bubba.
Good morning. Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning. Welcome to Like It or Not, where we're free to tell the truth.
And not care who doesn't like it.
I'm going to stay like this for a second or two. I just want to give my battery some time to charge. Unfortunately, last night I thought it was charging and it was not. So, yes, we'll just be with Bubba on the screen for now. And it's okay. You guys accepted it with Benjamin P. Dixon. You're going to accept it with me for about 10 minutes.
Okay, exactly. And then it looked cute. The little black box next to me is like a little black box.
And
hey, how you doing?
Black
It's okay.
box,
It's
black
boy.
box, black box. It's beautiful.
It's giving Beyonce vibe, like you about to start
right.
a concert.
Exactly. Listen, release your mind. Release it. That's what it's.
Hey.
But I'll be back up on the screen, you guys. And before we begin, Bubba, how was your Taco Tuesday? How did you enjoy the day yesterday?
It was taco less, but man, I fixed my ceiling because my cloud had fell down. It was looking like the ceiling had fell, the roof had fell. Yes, it did. So I did that, and then I was in the office all day, man. Work was like, they really worked me yesterday. I felt some type of way about that, but it wasn't bad. But I was just like literally in this office all day long, and normally I'm like in my living room watching TV, just chilling. But yeah, it wasn't bad. It was okay. It was a little stressful.
So they got you back into the office?
No, girl, no. My home office.
Oh, I forget when people have more than one bedroom, they make the other one an office.
Girl, office.
Yeah,
bedroom office.
Yeah. The guest room is usually the office. Okay, so I'm glad to hear that you were at least home. Talking about you was working in your. You made it seem, and people who are watching right now in the chat, did Bubba just make it seem like he had to get into his car and travel over to his office, wherever that is in the Atlanta area, and just be there? And it was a new environment for him. It was strange. It was foreign. Yet, he was learning how to assimilate in that environment. And I wouldn't say after COVID because we're still in COVID, but
and now monkeypox. Don't forget about monkeypox.
After the beginning of COVID and this other disease out there. But yes, you definitely made it seem like you were out there inside of there in the streets for work, but you was actually still in your home, and your living room was literally just a head bend away from looking at. So that was
literally a head bend away. Because like if you look out that door right now and like literally just look around the corner, like literally you just.
But you were just so extra about that story, and that's what I love about this show: extraness, and more extraness.
The dramatics.
Yeah, dramatics. Because I'm super dramatic. Now I'll look because I'm in the black. I'll be back. I'll tell you guys a little bit about my Tuesday yesterday. I fell asleep on the job because I fell asleep. I'm back. For those of you who don't know, I'm back at home right now because of the whole thing with somebody having COVID in
Robert Roser. Excuse me.
I think that's my ability. Anywho, I'm at home, and me being home, I went to sleep on the job. Yeah, I was really tired. I've been really tired these last few days, and so I got some. You know what I'm saying? I got some sleep on the job. I did get a message saying, "Ma'am, you have no more time to utilize to be missing hours." And I ignored that message, and we'll see how it goes today. But that was my day on yesterday. Yesterday was a very, very I was tired. I've been really, really tired. I've been really tired. What is so funny, Bubba?
You try. Y'all, let me tell you this. Let me tell y'all something. I fall asleep every goddamn day on these people clock. Okay, I digress. Go ahead, Rebecca.
Yeah, listen,
this is not about me right now, okay?
It's okay. Release the job. That's what Beyonce said. Let's see. But you can go ahead and talk to the people for a little bit. I'm gonna go ahead and check on this battery and get right back with you. All right.
Yeah, okay. So yes, child. But yeah, that was my day yesterday. And it sounds like your day was pretty uneventful as well, Rebecca. Falling asleep on these people's job, taking whole naps and everything. But it's okay. It's cool. I love it. So y'all make sure y'all stay tuned because we got some good stuff to talk about today. And I'm trying to filibuster. Look at there. Look like it's an empty white folks apartment, but cool.
Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Welcome to
Good morning and welcome to Like It or Not, where we're free to tell the truth
and not care who doesn't like it. Here I am today. You guys see me. I apologize for that technical difficulties, but I didn't want to leave you guys for dead. So I wanted to make sure y'all stayed alive. And here we are. Listen, we got a lot of good news to talk to you guys about this morning. We're going to start directly. Hit you on the head. Hit you on the head. You get what I'm saying? Bam, hit you on the head. Well, he said, pow. On the head. Now you know that's dead. That was Lil Wayne. That's what he said. Now we got a lot. Okay. Yesterday there was a bombshell testimony that was supposed to come out. I didn't catch it at the time, right? And I seen that they tweeted out, hey, make sure we're watching and they scheduled this without people really knowing because it was bombshell, because that's what they called it in the articles, a bombshell that is going to drop. And so I am very interested in seeing exactly what's happening. What you're going to see in the clips that we play is going to be Cassidy Hutchinson, who is an aide to former White House Chief of Staff Mark Meadows, and says Rudy Giuliani and Mr. Meadows both sought pardons after January 6th. Not only that, she drops more information on, at that time, the president of the United States. And we know who that was. Donald Trump. She drops more bombshells on him as well. You guys, we have a lot to break down from this testimony, but we'll start you guys off with this first piece of testimony from Ms. Hutchinson. Let's take a look.
Another point about the speech, Ms. Hutchinson. Did you hear that Mr. Trump at one point wanted to add language about pardoning those who took part in the January 6th riot?
I did hear that, and I understand that Mr. Meadows was encouraging that language as well.
Thank you. And here's what you told us previously about that.
You said he was instructed not to include it. Who was instructing him not to include language about the pardon in that January 7th?
I understood from White House counsel's office coming to our office that morning that they didn't think it was a good idea to include that in the speech.
That being Pat Cipollone?
That's correct. And Eric Hirschman.
Ms. Hutchinson, did Rudy Giuliani ever suggest that he was interested in receiving a presidential pardon related to January 6th?
He did.
Ms. Hutchinson, did White House Chief of Staff Mark Meadows ever indicate that he was interested in receiving a presidential pardon related to January 6th?
Mr. Meadows did seek that pardon. Yes, ma'am.
Thank you, Ms. Hutchinson. Mr. Chairman, I yield back.
And so what you saw there was just because we're going to break this baby down, honey, because Miss Hutchinson had a lot to say. And again, she's a former aide to the Trump administration. And so she knows, she's seen, she was there. So these are alleged. Okay. But however, with a lot that we've been piecing together, we got to start calling a thing at some point. But here we are, where these two people, we're talking about Giuliani and Meadows, asking for pardons from January 6th. Why are they asking for those pardons?
Why? That's the part that doesn't make any sense.
It makes all the sense to me. That's because you guys were involved in every single way, and you wanted to clear your name of the involvement. And that's what to me is the simplest part of the piece of the puzzle. I don't know, we're gonna have to, and I was on the Hill last week with another woman who was she was the Republican something. I'm trying to remember what it was, but she was part of the Republican chair in one of those states, and I can't remember the states what it was, but anyway, she was just there holding her dog, talking to her dog and stuff like that, and then all of a sudden she was like, I don't know if we can even call this a trial because we just need to get out, we need to get on with it and go and then just go on with our lives and just leave this where it's at. But when information is dropping like this, that Maine people were a part of a domestic terrorist attack at the Capitol, which left people dead. Broke into our representatives' offices, removed the alarm buttons from underneath their desk, had zip ties with plans to hold people hostage. And we're told to look the other way and allow people who were our leaders, the ones who were our leaders, to get away with this. The one who set their colleagues up.
Because clearly it was an inside job. Clearly.
Exactly. And this is what we're developing here. And this is somebody from the inside who was there, who had, who came with this story. And again, it's alleged. However, it is her testimony. And you can believe it or not believe it, but this is what we're going to be breaking down. Next up, we have some of her most stunning revelations from her testimony on Tuesday. And this is going to be specifically about former President Donald Trump and what happened inside of the West Wing on January 6th. Take a listen.
In the offstage announce area tent behind the stage, he was very concerned about the shot, meaning the photograph that we would get, because the rally space wasn't full. I was in the vicinity of a conversation where I overheard the president say something to the effect of, I don't effing care that they have weapons. They're not here to hurt me. Take the effing mags away. Let my people in. They can march the Capitol from here. Let the people in. Take the effing mags away. He motioned for me to come in and then pointed towards the front of the room near the fireplace mantle and the TV, where I first noticed there was ketchup dripping down the wall and there's a shattered porcelain plate on the floor. The valet had articulated that the president was extremely angry at the Attorney General's AP interview and had thrown his lunch against the wall.
And are there other instances in the dining room that you recall where he expressed his anger?
There were several times throughout my tenure with the Chief of Staff that I was aware of him either throwing dishes or flipping the tablecloth to let all the contents of the table go onto the floor and likely break or go everywhere.
I hate our families. I'm sorry, I'm joking. Gosh. Oh my gosh. People talking about this is Donald Trump's version of blood on the dance floor. It was ketchup on the dance floor.
Okay. I think that those tidbits to some on the right might be like just details that are unnecessary, right?
Right.
But we have to build up the character. When you're watching a movie, because this is what Donald Trump likes. He likes something Hollywood. So now we're building up. We're building up your story for you. We're giving you that place where you can earn the star that you have on the Hollywood Walk of Fame, and give you the credits that you want for your story. Here it is. We're building it up for you, and here we are. Hutchinson is saying, how he was so upset that he did not get to be a part of what was happening on January 6th. He got physical. He got physical. Grown man tantrum. And many times we called that an adult daycare up there. When he was in office at the White House, we called it an adult daycare.
Right. Facts. And go ahead, Rebecca. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No.
No, I was gonna say, and they're already trying to debunk all of her stuff. The Secret Service is, and duh, of course they are. That's what they're supposed to do. You got somebody that's sitting here telling, spilling secrets. She's spilling all the tea. But of course, they're going to try to debunk all of her claims, and that happened instantly. Everybody knew that was going to happen. So it's certain stuff you're just not going to be able to debunk. So if some people in the chat, or someone said in the chat that it makes your statement null and void, I don't think so.
But what part of it makes her statement null and void?
That's what I want to know as well too, because honestly, everything that she's saying is her testimony, and this is what's happening. She's on the record.
I mean, they lied on the record from the Trump administration. However, she may or may not get something out of this. But it's good to see that somebody on that side, and like, if y'all was excited about Liz Cheney denouncing Trump 90,000 years after he done been in office later, we're talking about the same Liz Cheney that's asking Hutchinson the questions right now.
Right.
After voting for Donald Trump 93% of the time that he was in office. This same Liz Cheney that you guys can praise for denouncing Donald Trump. Let's give Hutchinson, who was a former aide in the Trump administration, beside Donald Trump during especially this time, the time in question, January 6th, the domestic terrorist attack, when them folks ran up at the Capitol, putting everybody's lives in danger that day. Yes, we will take into account and we will listen, and y'all will give that person some. Okay, it could be dust if you want it to be, like I gave Liz Cheney, but y'all can give us something. Next up, we have a clip from where Miss Hutchinson actually detailed when Donald Trump begged, wanted to go off about returning or going to the Capitol, and even saying that they don't want him. It's not him that they want. So as far as when he said that they don't want to hurt him is what he was saying, but don't listen to me. Listen to Hutchinson, y'all. Listen to Hutchinson.
And gotten into the vehicle with Bobby, he thought that they were going up to the Capitol, and when Bobby had relayed to him, we're not, we don't have the assets to do it, it's not secure, we're going back to the West Wing. The president had very strong, a very angry response to that. I'm the effing president, take me up to the Capitol now. To which Bobby responded, sir, we have to go back to the West Wing. The president reached up towards the front of the vehicle to grab at the steering wheel. Mr. Engel grabbed his arm, said, sir, you need to take your hand off the steering wheel. We're going back to the West Wing. We're not going to the Capitol. Mr. Trump then used his free hand to lunge towards Bobby Engel.
And Mr. Cipollone said something to you like, make sure the movement to the Capitol does not happen. Is that correct?
That's correct. I saw Mr. Cipollone right before I walked out onto West Exec that morning, and Mr. Cipollone said something to the effect of, please make sure we don't go up to the Capitol, Cassidy. Keep in touch with me. We're going to get charged with every crime imaginable if we make that movement happen.
And do you remember which crimes Mr. Cipollone was concerned with?
In the days leading up to the 6th, we had conversations about potentially obstructing justice or defrauding the electoral count.
Do you know why that group of people thought it was necessary for him to release a statement?
There's a large concern of the 25th Amendment potentially being invoked, and there were concerns about what would happen in the Senate if the 25th was invoked. So the primary reason that I had heard, other than, we did not do enough on the 6th, we need to get a stronger message out there and condemn this, otherwise this will be your legacy. The secondary reason to that was, think about what might happen in the final 15 days of your presidency if we don't do this. There's already talks about invoking the 25th Amendment. You need this as cover.
So
Mm.
yeah, I think that her dropping these details are very important. We're talking about the obstruction of justice. We're talking about
Mhm.
the president being physical. We're talking about the president wanting to show up on January 6th, where the domestic terrorist attack. You can only imagine. Now he was being, whoever was saying, his driver was saying, "We can't take you there, brother," was saving his ass. Not
Mhm.
He was saving his ass in a way where it was like, listen, if you go there, like Drew be doing, listen, brother, that it's out of my hands. So my job is to protect you, and I'm not taking you there where you about to look crazy. It's about to be all over the news. It's a war happening. And that just goes to show that Donald Trump was a part of the planning. I feel like him and his folks were a part of the planning for this war happening. And
Mhm.
and I do agree with you guys in the comment section who are speaking. One particular comment from Melanie, who was saying basically they're already online acting as if Hutchinson was a hero. And that's where I have a problem too. When all of a sudden the people who worked for Donald Trump are
Our
now
heroes.
are heroes because they're speaking about
Mm.
what the truth, something that happened, or they're now denouncing, or they have felt like, oh, he did the worst of the worst at this point, and
Right.
now I can, speak up against that because it's the worst of the worst. I mean, the worst wasn't that bad. This is the worst of the worst. And so now, and you see what I'm saying? I don't want to give her so many. She's not a hero because of what she's doing. She's
Mhm.
doing what should be done. I commend her for stepping out. But other
Right.
than that, that's all I got for you. I give Liz Cheney dust though. But for this this former aide, you know what I'm saying? Who knows what she was told? Who knows what the threats were against her, if there were any? But you knew what you were dealing with and who you were dealing with. Now, what was going to happen as far as January 6th? We needed more details. I'm glad we're getting it from the inside. I would rather get it from
Yeah.
somebody who was right there working on the inside near Donald Trump, all of those things, than somebody who was making up certain things. So,
Right.
yep. So here we are. And I think her testimony, so many people are wanting to rip her to shreds. We always have both sides of the coin, right? So some people
Mhm.
want to rip her to shreds, don't want to believe her. And then that's a lot of the Republicans. And here is my thing. We can't, this is what I don't like about liberals, Democrats, whatever you want to call them, but people on the left. Okay. When something shiny just swings in your face, like so, because that was fast. Yeah. When something shiny just comes into your face like so,
Can't stand
it can't be, oh wow, that's so shiny, we should like that, we should. No,
you. Right.
y'all. And we can't invite everybody in, the cookout or whatever, which I won't be at because it's just too many people that I don't really deal with, and COVID is still a thing. But we can't keep inviting everybody to the
Monkeypox.
cookout just for them doing the minimum, baby.
Mhm.
Doing the bare minimum. We cannot keep commending them or like and I can't say that because I do, like I said, I commend them for standing up and talking, but we can't put them on a pedestal for doing the bare minimum. What is she doing that's so special? Telling the truth.
Child, only thing she really doing is protecting her ass. That's all that is. That's the only reason she probably saying anything. Had stuff going a different way, she probably wouldn't even been up there. The only reason she's doing that now is because you one of the aides, you was right there because you heard all this. So now you're trying to cover your ass. Let's call a thing a thing. That's all it is. That's the only reason you got up there.
Let's call a thing a thing, people.
Let's
And
call a thing a thing.
Yeah, that's one of the major that is a major bombshell that somebody from his side of the wall.
Right.
Somebody from his side of the wall is speaking up, but I can't say it's that surprising because he's had people from his side of the wall that were at one point in time speak up against him in some way, shape, or form. We saw somebody who looked just like us, who was allegedly kicked out onto the lawn of the White House, start speaking up against Donald Trump and his racist, how he was very racist from the White House against her. We're talking about Omarosa. Once you work with this man and he hurts you, it's up to you to tell your truth. But in that time when you're telling your truth and you're expecting us to feel for you, feel sorry for you, Nah, I believe what you say, but I ain't gonna feel sorry for you if that's what we're moving to, if that's where we're going. But anywho, that is the bombshell I wanted to start the morning off with, because when I first saw it, I was like, oh, this is real good tea. Like, this is tea, but the tea stayed flat for me. I was like, okay, what? I mean, I could see Donald Trump doing this. I could see these things happening, but where I want, like, maybe we're saving it for if there is a today or tomorrow or whenever they're coming back out, because now they come out when they want to, child. They start moving up and coming out when they want to, child.
It come out when they want to, and they interrupt all my daytime damn TV.
None of it
it's just scheduled. Breaking news, special report. Like, damn.
None of it is scheduled.
So we just gonna put it on all the goddamn TV shows?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, cool. Sure, I'll watch it.
It's a fool. It's a fool, I will say. But we'll keep our eyes on. Of course, we're going to definitely keep our eyes on the January 6th hearings. A lot of people are trying to keep their eyes off of it and get us to forget that it ever happened. But baby, that was just last year in January. So what we're going to do is we're going to move forward with some more news for the day. I know that we haven't had much updates about Brittany Griner.
Yeah,
who is an NBA star here in America, but she also plays internationally overseas. And she was in Russia when she was stopped a few months back for having a vape, and they've held her ever since. This was during the beginning of the Ukrainian and Russia war, and I believe, and all of us have covered it here. We've talked about how her story wasn't in the media. We talked about how her story wasn't covered by much. Even the NBA and the NBA itself had they did not at all mention her, and it showed a lack of support in some way. Now, individually, her teammates or people that she's worked alongside or her colleagues in the league actually spoke up for her individually. I remember going on to, once again, The Hill, and they arguing with me because they wanted me to talk about what was on somebody's computer, Joe Biden's son computer. And I was like, how about we talk about Brittany Griner?
Yes, indeed. Good job.
And then we're like, well, her family said that's not fair, Rebecca, because her family said that she that she couldn't be spoken about. Like, the media, her family said not to speak about her. And I was like, that doesn't sound right. And then seeing interviews of her girlfriend, her wife and her mother and and the story wasn't aligning. Even when I saw Leslie speaking up as well about where there was no support for Brittany Griner, really irked my nerves, and how the narrative was trying to be spent. And I didn't like that. Anyways, we do have more for an update, and that was most recently I apologize. Most recently, the Russian officials held her for longer, and the court date for her is set for this Friday. So let's take a look at the update.
Brittany Griner being escorted by police into court in handcuffs today for a preliminary hearing ahead of her trial. This comes 4 months after her arrest for cannabis possession. We just learned her trial is expected to begin this Friday. The Phoenix Mercury star has been detained in Russia since February the 17th after authorities in Moscow's airport said they found vape cartridges in her bag. Griner's arrest had gained international attention amid heightened tensions between the U.S. and Russia. She could face 10 years in prison if convicted.
Yes.
Go ahead, Papa.
It's just disgusting, man. It's absolutely disgusting. It was already disgusting that they extended everything for her for an additional 6 months. An additional 6 months for what? I'm like, it's just very disgusting. It makes no damn sense at all.
I mean, it won't make any sense because this is what they're doing. And right now we're not seeing much of Ukraine, Russian in the news as it was before. And so they believe that with the brushing away of that in our media, we can also keep quiet about Brittany Griner much easier. When she already wasn't a thing in the news, she wasn't even something that was trending until we started having that conversation online.
Right.
We being us, the people on Twitter, on Instagram, on Facebook, asking questions, and it, and I think that at this point, what I would love to see moving forward is the support around her from the U.S. We've heard minimal statements coming from the White House itself, from our leaders, and it's like somebody who represents the U.S. internationally. It's only good for you when she's here playing. It's only good for you when she's winning games. And I've said this before, and I'll say it again. Y'all want to fight me? Fight me in the comment section. I can swing. I want to tussle. If this was your favorite white football player,
hello,
and what's his name again? He just won. What's his name? The white man that retires and always comes back.
I don't do sports ball, girl.
Y'all know, look, in the comment section, go ahead and
girl, I'm gay. I don't like sports like that.
That particular football player, and I use his name in an argument online too. But
you talking about
football player,
Tom Brady?
Tom Brady. Thank you.
Shout out KFC. Appreciate it, Kev.
Look, I don't really even know football like that.
Sorry, too. Thank you.
I know basketball for sure, but I don't know football like that. But if it was Tom Brady that was taken away. If it was Tom Brady that was taken away and held hostage in another country, a representation of the U.S., but in another country that was held hostage, my God, the support, the fight.
Yeah, man.
It's having someone tell you, be quiet. His family said, be quiet, because if you don't be quiet and y'all keep talking about it, they're going to hold Tom Brady a little longer. How stupid does that sound to you? I know for sure. America's sweetheart, Tom Brady. Tom Brady would have been covered every morning we woke up. We would have heard about Tom Brady. Before we went to sleep, we would have had to pray for Tom Brady, because they would have said, more than thoughts and prayers, but they would have added that to the conversation for Tom Brady. We haven't even offered Brittany Griner thoughts and prayers nationally.
Only thing they offered is that she's being detained unlawfully. That's all y'all can say.
And it took forever to have that statement come out.
And then y'all can't even have anybody man the goddamn phone so she can talk to her damn wife.
Can't even get to the phone to talk to her wife. Her wife
today we call it thing a thing today, boy.
Yes, because recently, I think her wife was having issues getting in touch with her. I think it was for their anniversary or her birthday. She was waiting by the phone and could not even get that phone call.
Oh, Rebecca, did you see the interview Robin Roberts did with her wife?
I saw a few clips of the interview. Yes, I did.
Woo.
And it's an emotional one. I don't care where you stand on anything. She deserves to be with her family. Brittany Griner deserves to be with her family. So I hope that she gets to come home. That's where we're at right now. I want her to come home. I want her to get the same. And I don't care. She hasn't got the same, but there's still time for her to get the same love and appreciation, because knowing while you were overseas trapped, where you were going to play and represent the U.S., you're overseas, and knowing that where you come from didn't give a damn about you while you were gone.
Right.
That sucks. So Brittany Griner, we love you, mean it, girl. Praying for you, more than praying for you. We're going to be pushing the story for you, more than pushing the story for you. We're going to make sure that if we can, how we can, your story stays in the media in some way. If it won't be on television, it'll be on the digital space. We got you, girl.
It sure the hell will.
We mean it. Whatever stories come about, we rocking with you. So don't know you, but we got to make sure that, listen, somebody got to hold it down for you. Somebody got to hold it down for you.
Right. You know we is.
You know we are. We were definitely going to do that. So, anywho, with her detention being extended with the 6 months, and then her court court date set on Friday, we will have some upcoming developing news surrounding that.
So how does that work? That's what confused me. So you extended her detention for an additional 6 months, but then you're going ahead and starting the court date on Friday. So it's just like, regardless of what happens in court, she's still there for another 6 damn months.
Mhm.
Is that how I'm interpreting it? And I mean, interpreting that right?
I ain't no lawyer. We gotta get Ole on here to break that down, baby,
Man,
'cause I
we
would not
we
know.
definitely do, because I'm just like, yo, I'm just kind of confused about the
It
whole
is confusing,
situation,
but
and like it's
it's
Russia.
But it's almost like you getting sentenced to a certain amount of time. Then I guess you go to court and you can speak for yourself, and they, drop it down a little bit. Man, I don't know. Maybe Friday is set to have something. I don't really know. Okay, don't put me on spot like that because I don't know. Don't ask me no questions like that. Did we play the additional footage, Josh, of Brittany Griner incarcerated? Okay, cool. I just want to make sure that was it. Sorry, I know that this is not like the regular times. Josh is talking to us in another space. See, he can't tap in like Dwayne once did. So with the vocals. So we getting ghost Josh, but it's okay. He's speaking to us through spirit. So we have a few stories that we're gonna go into with the after party. And before we get there, I have a question for you, Bubba. There was and I don't want to show the video because it has so much cursing in it. But there was a video, so don't worry, Josh. I'm not gonna throw you in that space to go find it. But there was a video that was trending over the weekend, or not over the weekend. The last 2 days, this video has been trending. It was first seen, I believe, on. People still go on this app. Let me go look what the app name is. Hold on. But it was first trending on a hood app that we used to go. Media Takeout, is that what it's called?
Ooh, old school.
Not Media Takeout, but I don't even know why I said Media Takeout, y'all. Media Takeout is vintage. It's before the Shade Room. So if Media Takeout ran, so the Shade Room could walk.
Right? Yeah, definitely Media Takeout.
But this one is World Star. World Star is also on the side, that hood side of things.
Yeah.
With that, I would say World Star was Baller Alert, but now Baller Alert is more polished. But here we are in these spaces of these blogs, and this particular story is a woman going off on the father of her child for only bringing food for his child and none of her other 3 kids. Now, watching the video, if you guys search for it, you'll find it. You and I. Other people may not be as, keen to looking at scripted content, but definitely that was scripted content. I believe.
You think it was scripted?
For sure, because baby, how was it on time that the Monte Carlo pulls up at the exact same time? He didn't even get a chance to look at his kid, give his kid the food. The food was dropped on the floor. It didn't give what it was supposed to give. And she was inside of an office type area that had to be no one in the front of the office. And those kind of things. It was giving me pre-recorded. It was giving me, we're just going to buy from the dollar menu to make the skit. However, it did start a conversation. So I say this in the video. She gets upset with him. She curses him out. She smacks the juice and the food out of the man's hand, saying that if you can only bring for the child that we have together and not bring for my other 3 kids, nobody gets a thing. Nobody gets a thing. You aren't like, you're a deadbeat. And she said, I'm going to expose him for doing this. I'm going to expose him for doing this because he deserves to be exposed for being a deadbeat. People think that you're a good man.
I wish you had that clip.
Those scenarios are true in some cases, but you guys have to and by that I mean those scenarios. There are actually women and men that are having those kind of arguments. Is what I'm saying. That happens. Mm-hmm. But for this particular video, I believe it was one that went viral for them to get some coins, because now you can do anything in the world and go viral and get some coins. I just don't think it looks good.
I think it was real. I honestly think it was real.
It wasn't giving me real, and I wish we could put that video up.
I say play it, man. Why we can't play it?
Okay,
you got it.
Too many cuss words. I don't like it. I don't like when it's just she's really.
Play that damn video.
I don't like to see black women cussing out black men and vice versa.
But you know what, Rebecca? The thing is, it's real life. It is actually real life, and that's why I think it's true. Just because the energy and the way that it felt, I felt like it was real. Because I do know some women that will get upset, and that's what I'm saying. And I'm just like, my God, like,
we know women like that. We know women like that, But that's why it started a conversation, because like I said, the scenario can be true. What happened in that video, I don't think was true. I think it was just a skit that they made that went viral.
Because child, it was if that was scripted and skit, that's some damn good acting, Rebecca.
It wasn't
because that shit looked real.
I mean, I guess we could agree to disagree on this one, because I've seen so many and they give nothing.
That's why I don't think it's scripted, because she sounded like she was real.
Yes, Josh, you can pull up if that's the clip that you can pull that up. I hope that viewer discretion is advised as far as for adult language, and it might trigger people who got baby mamas and baby daddies. So but it starts a conversation. And before we get there, I will tell you where I stand on this one. I don't give a dang how many kids you got, if it's 1, if it's 10. If this father came and brought food for his child, you don't know his pockets, you don't know his dealings, let him bring food for his child. Do not stop that. And for you to have that conversation lets me know that you are bringing division into your home that you have with your own kids. He's not responsible for your outside kids. Now, if he did bring it, that would be on him to do for your outside kids that are outside of him. The family that he has with you is with him and your son. All the other kids, if he did bring one, that would be great. That's a great heart. Thank you for thinking of the other kids. But if he didn't and he brought for his kid, that's great. But if he didn't bring for any of the kids, then he would really be a deadbeat dad, right? And that would be the conversation that he does nothing for his child. Let's have this conversation very, very wisely, because I want to see what people have to say about this. We got the video. Let's go ahead and take a look.
Lymphedema. You know what that is, correct?
No, that's Wendy Williams. We're gonna go to. I mean, if we don't have the clip, that's fine. Like I said, we broke it down just enough. You can literally Google it and find it.
I really think it's one of those things where you're right, Rebecca. He's doing what he needs to do to provide for his child. Yes, my brother-in-law, I call him my brother-in-law, but my niece's dad used to do that with with my sister's kids, that he wouldn't bring like just her something. He would bring everybody something. That's when he could afford it. But it was times that he only could bring her something, and that was cool because he was doing what he needed to do to take care of his child.
Mm-hmm.
So at the end of the day, he's not responsible for your other children. No. Rebecca, do you see that?
This is what we talking about. Like,
Hey. Top of the morning.
Good morning.
Benjamin Parnell Dixon, everybody.
I wanted to sit in the whole show, but we had to go get Jeremiah his first vaccine this morning. So we're just getting back to doing that. How y'all doing, man?
That's great. I'm glad that you were able to get him vaccinated.
Queen Azor, how you doing, Queen?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I am, doing the best I can with what I got. DJ exclusive. How you doing, brother? Good to see you.
Sir. Good seeing you as well, too.
Hey, man, I hear y'all talking about that,
in a long time.
I know, man. Good shout out to the audience and everybody, and Josh in the background, Dave, everybody, man. Love all y'all, miss all y'all. We're doing what we're doing, and we're looking forward to being back as soon as possible. I hear y'all talking about the brother who refused to bring them other kids some McDonald's.
Yes.
I watched that video. Y'all think y'all think what he did was okay?
Yes, because at the end of the day, he wasn't trying to disrespect the child. Well, in this video for video purposes, child. He wasn't trying to, his intention wasn't to disrespect the other children. You don't know his pockets. You don't know if he had just $1 to his name and his baby called him and asked him, "Daddy, my daddy, can you please give me McDonald's?"
Right.
And instead of the dad saying, "You got McDonald's money," he went and scraped up his own coins. And this could be a scenario where he just went and did what he had to do. It is not, you are no longer with the woman, but you are taking care of your responsibility with the woman. It is not your responsibility to take care of the kids that she had outside of you. It is not your responsibility. Now, if you did make the decision to do that, that is a good heart. That is you wanting to, step up in a manly way and take care of the other kids. That's okay too. Each side of the coin is fine, because as long as you're taking care of yours, I think that's what matters. The mother having the conversation and having the conversation lets me know that in her household, she creates division. Now the kid says, "Why didn't my dad come bring me my food? He promised to bring me my food," but you're creating division and a strained relationship between the child and their father.
Yeah.
Can't hear
Oh,
a
Ben,
thing.
you muted. We can't hear you.
I'm on mute. My bad. 'Cause I think I got some static. I won't stay long because I don't want to disrupt it with my static. But that's a really good point. And James, I heard your point as I was coming in. My gut reaction was, bruh, bring everybody some food. Like, that's my gut reaction. But I hear what y'all saying. That makes sense.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, it's like my responsibility is not those kids, especially if we're not together as a whole family unit. You're just my baby mother, and that's just my child. If it was a whole family and I'm in the picture, yeah, I'm gonna bring all your kids something. Now, if I got a little extra money, yeah, I might bring them something as well too. But if I got enough money just for him, I'm sorry, but I'm bringing him something to eat because he called me and asked me to bring him something to eat. Now, if son would have said, "Can you bring my brothers and my sister something to eat?" Okay, I probably would have did it too. But nah, my son texted me and said, "Hey, can you bring me something to eat?" That let me know that you're not doing what you need to be doing to feed my children.
And you know what else I think? I want to see what y'all think. I'm sick and tired of people putting all their most personal business, all their very most personal business on the internet. My God, today, could y'all not have figured that out?
So that's why I'm telling you. That's what I'm telling you for this particular thing that went viral. There were two things that went viral in these recent days, and the other one was cleared as a skit. Was the alleged mother and daughter in the bed the mother and her daughter's boyfriend in the bed. That one that went viral and was all over the world, all over the internet, on all different platforms, which also didn't make us. I don't like those kind of content in the Black community that make us look crazy and are pushed out as reality and real, and having people have conversations about it. And it turns out that the mother and the daughter had made that up. It was a skit, but it went all over the internet as if it was real. And if you look at it, it can almost be taken as real, but that was a skit. Now, the same thing with this video. Even if it wasn't, it still started a conversation if it was real or not real, but they get paid for this. These are content. This is the type of content that doesn't get pulled down. This goes viral and they get paid for these viral things. So much so that we've seen the white side of things do it. And they do it where it used to look like, what the hell is this? White folks doing stupid stuff, right? Going viral. But now they know they're doing the stupid stuff. They make it look more dumb. They play to a lot of the stereotypes that we give them, and they'll do videos on that and make it like their personal lives on in the internet. But they make money from it. Nothing gets pulled down, and they go viral for that. So yeah, but that's just where I'm at with that.
Okay. Well, I don't want to hold y'all up. Apparently, I got barely enough internet signal to be in here because I just got kicked out. But I do want to drop in. I wanted to drop in and say good morning and hello. I love both of y'all. First of all, before I say I love the audience, I want to say I love Rebecca Azor and DJ Exclusive very much. I'm sorry I have been missing in action, but taking care of the family and take care of what we got to take care of. Good morning to everybody. Thank you to all the patrons who are still supporting. We're not going anywhere, as evidenced by the two folks on your screen who holding it down. So go to patreon.com/like it or not and send these folks some love so that they can continue doing this. And
okay, see ya, because we can't even hear you no more.
Right there.
We don't even know. No, we love you back. We mean it.
Right, brother.
And
we love you too,
Ben. You
man.
can drop it, Josh, because it's looking crazy. But yeah, thank you, Ben, for popping in. Next time, knock first. And love you, mean it. Miss you. I hope that you take care of your family very, very
I already
well.
knew he was coming through. I thought it was gonna be earlier, but he came later. So
I would
surprise.
It wasn't. I don't like to be surprised like that. But
girl, you'll be okay.
But I'm happy that he came by, and I'm happy that he was able to get his kid vaccinated, because I know that we talked about that on our first episode back, and we were saying that once it's available, I know Ben will be the first one in the house to get his baby vaccinated. So now it's time for Jeremiah to be in the streets.
Okay.
Enjoying his childhood, get him out of the house, have a good old time. So I'm glad
Jeremiah gonna be like, I'm free.
Yeah. No, this is Ben's baby. Ben's baby talks with a good, probably a church accent. Ben baby is intelligent. Okay, this is Ben's child we're talking about. But anywho, here we go. I have one more story that I wanted to get on before we get out of here, and that is going to be about Wendy Williams. We know that recently she played her. Well, we recently, her last episode on her show had aired, and it was without her. We know for the past few months. I mean, I think has it been a year yet? Wendy Williams has been going through some health issues. She actually took some time off from the show, having guest stars host her show in her absence. And then we heard that her show would be canceled, and Sherry Shepherd would now be having her own show on the same time slot on the same network in her own talk show. And a lot of people were saying that was kind of green, because it's basically like Sherry Shepherd coming in and taking over Wendy Williams' spotlight in her legendary TV show. But Wendy Williams in that time was actually said to be going through some mental and medical issues. Wells Fargo, who was allegedly holding her money, she got on air to discuss that they were holding her money and saying that she was not mentally capable of getting her money or being over her money. They wanted to give her, what was that Britney Spears had? The word that I'm looking for, but somebody else to be over a conservatory for her money and her and her estate. Yes, they wanted that for her, and she got on and said there was nothing wrong with her at all. I say this to say, now we're at a place where Wendy Williams has now basically retired the show. Now she's like, I gave up on the show. Before we get there too, there was in the news about 2 weeks ago that even her stuff from the last episode was seen on the streets in garbage cans. Things from her show weren't being auctioned off. They just threw that out. It just went out with the garbage. It just went out. We're talking about years and years of Wendy Williams. Like her or not, she has played a huge part in our culture, in the messy culture, child, in the culture of giving news, in the culture of starting podcasts before podcast was a podcast. We're talking about
These are facts.
Wendy Williams, the one that was a side thing for the BI to the G, baby. We're talking about Big Papa.
Maybe that's why. Yeah, I'm sorry, y'all. I ain't care for Wendy Williams too much. Hey, probably because I don't know, probably because the Whitney Houston thing. Yeah, I hold grudges.
I know
from a long time ago.
Whitney Houston got her just due. She was supposed to be first on the show. She got her just due with Wendy Williams. She don't play, and Wendy Williams knew that she was wrong. Wendy Williams took a lot of blows to the chest to give us content that we wanted to see. Now, that stuff was not scripted. She planned it all, and she got real results. That's all I got to say. Some of those results where people wanted to get her head knocked off. We're talking about Wendy Williams. They wanted to pull up on sis. Okay? And, she's been through a lot. She's been through a lot in her personal life. And, trying to carry kids, in her marriage, losing love, finding love. Trying to find her life. Anyway, let's say all that to say, child. I know I done spoke a lot for Wendy. You know what I'm saying?
You so did, girl. I'm just like, okay.
I spoke a lot.
I'm just like, okay.
I did.
Like, okay.
But she is now going to be starting a podcast, and she's going to have all of the high rollers that we know, your favorites, my favorites, the corner's favorites, this favorite. She's going to be having those conversations on her podcast. Let's take a look.
Lymphedema. You know what that is, correct?
I know.
Okay, you don't know lymphedema?
Now,
all right, I'll show you.
Okay.
Are you ready?
Sure.
Okay. Lymphedema is this. Do you see this right here? Look.
Okay.
No, look closely.
Right.
Hold up, please. Hold up. I can't hold it higher. Do you see?
Yeah, we can see. Yeah.
Okay, do you see this?
Yes.
All right, it's up and down. Okay. That is, I can only feel maybe 5% of my feet.
Wow.
Do you understand?
Right.
Which means normally I would be in a wheelchair. I'm not in a wheelchair. I stand up.
How are you feeling, Wendy? I know we saw some video of you out in New York City last night, and you seem to be moving well. I mean, how are you feeling just physically?
Better than you.
That's no doubt.
Rebecca.
Wendy said, better than you.
Rebecca.
So I didn't know that this is the video that was going to be played. I thought we had another one. However, this follow-up to the story and the whole storybook that I left of her, this video, I want y'all to know, Wendy is not going to let, we saw that in her movie during her, what she did during her pregnancy. She's not going to let anything stop her work or anything get in the way of her getting to her money, her bag, nothing. Heartbreak, she'll cry on stage. She's gonna pull up to work and make sure she cry on air about her personal life. This is what she does. And here she is in an interview letting them know, listen, my life is not as what y'all think it is. I'm over here, I'm suffering from lymphedema, which is a serious disease of the legs. And if you guys don't know, it can prevent you from walking and being in a wheelchair, actually. Also, second thing, better than you is what she was referred to, what was how she responded to the host of TMZ, because they do the same thing she does, fish for the mess. But she's quick with it. She's quick with it. You see what I'm saying?
Rebecca, girl, okay, I gotta stop you, girl. Stop sticking up for this swamp, girl. She's gone. She's gone. Baby, you can look in them eyes. She looks.
Her eyes look like that without makeup.
She got to put in makeup on.
No,
Rebecca.
She did not.
Wendy looked like she out of it, Rebecca. Wendy looked like she is out of it.
At least she had her chair. She was sitting on her chair from the show, so that's good. That's all I got for you guys. I am not gonna go against Wendy. Wendy, I might meet her in these streets one day. You don't know. You know what I'm saying? Where Charlamagne is today, he bows down to Wendy Williams because he used to be
they do
a side piece on her
they
show.
all in the side. You're right. I was about to say they all in the same boat.
And Charlamagne is just as messy as they come, child.
Sure, that old drag queen. I love him now.
If you can love Charlamagne, who learned from Wendy Williams, we'll be all right. You can love Wendy Williams. Now, I really do pray for her mental state. I think that physically, she's going through it. She's trying to hold on, but she may need to really, really rest this one out. Doing a podcast from her home, I think, will be great because that will keep her on her toes. She's somebody who does not want to give up when it comes to this business because she is one of the pioneers in this podcast space. And to do it the way that she does. So I would love for her to get better, and I don't want it to be an argument with her and Sherri Shepherd. Sherri Shepherd said that she wanted to sit down and have a conversation with Wendy, I believe, on her show. I don't know if that's going to be a thing that does happen, but I would love to I would love to see it.
Right. And I don't think it's any beef with Sherri. I think it needs to be blamed on the damn producers and all them showrunners over there for the simple fact that, it was just a lot because Wendy's last show and Wendy wasn't even on there. That's
make any sense.
It didn't make any sense at all. So it's just like they just put it out there, and I'm wondering it's because of Wendy's health. Like they felt that she couldn't really come back on the show. That's what it just seems like. It was just, I don't know. It was just really weird. The whole situation is weird.
They wanted to paint her as somebody who was mentally unstable, but to not utilize her money. But I think those are things that will drive you crazy. I don't think that she is mentally unstable where she can't take care of herself. I think that she can definitely turn on a computer and get to work and pull up. I think that she's just right now, we all go through stages, and I know that I've been through one where you just feel like life is really hitting you every which way. Not only has she having health issues, she's still dealing with the embarrassment of you can tell, Wendy don't let stuff go, child. She don't. With her ex-husband being embarrassed about him cheating and then him having a baby with the woman and going back to the woman. And you know what I'm saying? Like all of this stuff that she had to deal with, which is nothing less than a normal person on a regular day that may have dealt with the same thing. But because she's in the media's eye and on top of everything, a lot of people want to see her go down because she's said some things in her interview.
What she does.
And they want to see her go down, but I don't wish bad on her because the same people that she's had interviews with, we consumed all of that. It was good to our souls, or we were consuming it, whether we agreed with how she did it or not. We consumed it. It was good for TV. It was good for the radio. It was good for that time. So, at this point, we can't just hang her out to dry. You may or may not like her, but I do wish her the best as far as with her health.
Yeah, most definitely.
I wish good health on her.
Yeah, Fatal Flaw said it too. They didn't want Wendy to get messy on the air and voice her grievances. That's probably what it is. Because she probably would, Wendy being Wendy, she would have got on that last episode and would have started selling all of that shit.
Yeah. Snack Panther says, didn't Ellen get the same treatment from her crew? Ellen had, listen, Ellen's crew might have disrespected her, but there is a crew that was very loyal to her in that same sense. If we talk about Wendy Williams and Ellen, even though Wendy Williams was rolling for a very long time as well, when we're talking about Ellen didn't give a damn.
Yeah, I heard that Ellen was like
care.
Ellen was terrible.
Yeah, Ellen took a break and then came back and had co-hosts with her, as celebrities. The same interviews were still going on. Wendy took a break and we haven't seen her since. Wendy took a break, and a lot of the people that were supposed to be for her were now against her. They couldn't handle what mental spaces she was in that time. They couldn't. It was a lot. But anywho,
Lawrence Williams is over here dropping some stuff, but Lawrence said that the coach her to do that TMZ video, and even her ex said her co-workers were going to let her just sit there and die in her home if he hadn't helped get her to the hospital.
I believe that. In that particular video, you hear somebody saying, "Yo, Wendy, no," and she's like, "No." They're like, basically, they got to see this. And she said, "I can't really show them all of it." Yeah, you can see that within the video. She said that to somebody in the background. She looks up and said, "No," and she's holding her foot and saying like,
"Because I ain't gonna lie to you, because when she."
I know it looks terrible, but that's her reality.
When she threw that foot up there, child, just like.
I get it, but that's actually her reality. That is her reality every single day. And I think that she wanted to show you guys. I think I'm out here just for free, just out here. Baby, I'm dealing with things. I don't sit down. Right. They tell me to sit down. I'm not in a wheelchair because I'm still trying to work, but this is what I'm dealing with. You know what I'm saying? So,
so I just got a alert from local news talking about suspicious package reported outside women's clinic here in Alpharetta. This is America.
Suspicious package outside of a local clinic. So that means that when we're saying clinic, we're talking about Planned Parenthood. We're talking about an abortion clinic.
Yeah, I wonder why I smoke so much.
The world is a scary place right now, Bubba. And this is right here in Alpharetta. We know what Alpharetta is. That town is just like the town that I live in right now. That's just literally a drive up the street. And Alpharetta is, the people there, you go there and you know what I'm talking about. Those people, it's a very rich, upscale, and conservatively viewed area. I actually looked at a map earlier today on places, and I wish I could find it, on areas where abortion wasn't banned, but it also wasn't protected. And Georgia, Florida, all of us, we are the not banned, but also unprotected part of it. So you could see like it's a lot happening, and they're making their moves very strategically. So finding a suspicious package doesn't shock me, but I hope that nobody gets hurt. I hope nothing is in there like that could harm somebody. But I do hope that this is how they're dropping a message, just like Renita Shannon said yesterday, how a lot of people are so pro-life and they're dropping a message willing to hurt and abuse other people just to make sure that their messages and their way of thinking, is heard and seen, and to make it seem like them doing this is the Lord's work. No, I'm not saying that as a joke. They really think that them doing this stuff is the Lord's work, and they're going to kill other people for killing babies, abortion or whatever the case may be. It gets to be very extreme. We're talking about extremists at this point, finding suspicious packages in front of clinics, getting telephone threats, saying that we're going to report you over to the local authorities if they hear any idea of you talking or wanting to schedule an abortion. No one is safe in this time, but knowing that we're in this time of extremities where people are doing this in the name of being a conservative, in the name of Republican, and in the name of red, in the name of white Jesus. It just gets to be a bit much. And now we're all having to watch our backs. Not only are we having to watch our backs from just being Black in America, all women do not have control of their bodies. We can't catch a break. And these conservative towns that we live in, they don't give a damn
at all.
I live in a very conservative area. These people act like nothing is going on in the world. Nothing is going on in the world. Nothing is going on in the world. They're holding up signs outside. At one point they were still holding up signs for Donald Trump. They've since stopped that. They're holding up, not pro-choice signs, but pro-life signs, and it's fine, you stand on that, but they make sure to let you know. You walk into a building, you walk into a place, if you don't look as conservative, if you look different, they will let you know. And these are the times that we're in right now. People aren't afraid to live out loud, live their grievances out
and everything.
To hurt somebody. We look at people like Rittenhouse, who walked into a protest, shot people dead. And now he's on the podcast. Now he's made millions of dollars. So that's my rant for this morning's show. Bubba, what are your plans for the rest of the day?
Work, child. That's all I can say. Just work. Especially because I got text messages come in. My other co-supervisor is sick, possibly with COVID, and then my supervisor is texting me saying she's out. So yeah. Once I log out of here, it's gonna be a great day. Yeah.
Listen, I wish my manager was out for the day so that I could just not show up.
I wish it was my manager that was out. It's not. He's here. It's my co-supervisor. She's not, and I really want her here. And not to forget 4 or 5 conference calls. Yeah. Fun times. Fun. Love y'all. Mean it.
I love you guys too. Mean it.
Give us free.
I'll answer this get us free. I'll answer this last question. Lateef, you said, how do you feel about legal donating $500,000 to Planned Parenthood? I feel just fine. Keep them.
And running. Actually, it wasn't 500. I think it was $1 million.
Yeah, it was $1 million. It was $1 million.
Million.
It was $1 million. It was $1 million because she did it for Planned Parenthood and something else. So it was $1 million that she dropped. It was a milli, baby. So I feel fine about that. I think if you got the money to help us, let's do it. We don't want to help the ops.
Not for real.
We got a whole op have a podcast after killing people, walking free, crying during his trials. I remember that, and now he's smiling about what he did. Let's talk about that. I love you guys so much. We're at the end of the show. Please, if you guys have not, please tell your mommy, your sister, your brother, your side chick, your side bae, your non-binary friends, everybody that goes by whatever they want to go by. I don't care. We love them all right here. We're at the channel of the Misfits. Tell them to join the Patreon at patreon.com/like-it-or-not. Patreon.com/like-it-or-not. And if you want to give to us, because we said we're working for free this summer, so go ahead and join. Again, not only Patreon, but give to us at Cash Apps at Becca's Voice and DJ X3C if you feel so inclined. If God puts it on your heart, that is Becca's Voice and DJ X3C and Cash App. I love you guys so much, and I'll see you later. Bubba, take us away. Mwah. Love you, mean it.
Love y'all, and I will see y'all tomorrow. Appreciate it, Rebecca. Shout out to Benjamin Dixon again for joining us as well too. Oh, dreading the day, but it's okay. We got to do what we got to goddamn do. So your affirmation for today is I naturally attract good fortune. Y'all go be some naturally attracting good fortune magnets today, man. Enjoy your day. Happy hump day again. We will see y'all in the morning. Deuces.
Stars, I'm in sync with the earth. 10 toes deep, flower child from the turf. I never switch sides, like even when I die, I'm a ride for the squad, ladder ties in the hearse. I've been on a vibe, kinda hard to describe. I'm in between, I'm good and it's fine, but I'm tired of the grind. Then I come alive in the night to realize I'm in the middle of the time of my life. I never so packed for the stack, never lied on the rap, got a bag from the way that I write. house, then I hit it till the sky changed. Haters on a tirade, talking to the grip in the face, be still, let that hate stuff fade. We all want the same, we all want a meal in the safe. I wanna live like I'm trying to reach enlightenment. Trail spill from my lips, feel big from the dip. Take a sip till I pass out. Try and get grip, but it